So, hi, hello, and welcome to our lecture. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm Julian Shalom in Vidyavardhaka, pursuing my 8th semester in Department of Mechanical Engineering, VVCE, MYSURU. So today, I, along with my fellow friends, are here to talk and share a few words about SAE and the successful journey in design and development of the quirky project. Before we begin to know more about it, let's quickly have an introduction from my campus.
Hi everyone, I am Shashank Kar from 6th semester Mechanical Engineering, VVCE, Mysore.
Hello everybody, my name is Dhanush Kumar KK. I am from 6th semester Mechanical. I would also like to introduce A.N. Kashyap and Charan Kumar B, who were a part of the bicycle design team. Back to Salva.
So in the world of design, the exploration of thoughtful style and comfort design runs and rules the current market. To have a practical exposure, SAE in India, with its 4 sections covering entire India, organizes various events for the benefits of engineering community. So SAE in that string came up with the development of a bicycle, and every time SAE or a competition, they make sure to set and limitations in a form of rules so as to establish an unbiased conduct of it. You might think that an Indian simple as a bicycle would have an uncomplicated path, but as it turns out, this highly popular invention has a history fraught with controversy and misinformation. While stories about who invented the bicycle often contradict one another, there's one thing that's certain. The very first bicycles were nothing like the ones you see cruising down the street today. The first known iteration of a wheeled human-powered bicycle was created long before the bicycle became a practical form of transportation. The highly popular invention as a history fraught. The first known iteration of a wheeled human-powered bicycle was created long before the bicycle became a practical form of transportation. In 1418, an Italian engineer, D. La Fontana, constructed a human-powered device consisting of 4 wheels and a loop of rope connected by gears. In 1813, about 400 years after Fontana built his wheeled contraption, a German inventor known Karl von Drais began work in his own version of running machine, a 4-wheeled human-powered vehicle. Then, in 1817, Drais debuted a 2-wheeled vehicle known by many names throughout the era. To save you, dandy horse and hobby horse. In 1866, British engineer James Starley invents the penny farthing, which is commonly known as the high wheeler. The penny farthing looks pretty silly compared to modern bicycle. It was actually pretty difficult to ride. This difficult limited the popularity of high wheeler. Over 100 million bicycles are manufactured each year, and over 1 billion bicycles are currently being used all around the world. A person walking into a bicycle store today is faced with countless options. Frames are designed and made from different materials based on where the bicycle might be ridden. Riders can choose different types of brakes, number of gears, shape of the seat, position and bend of the handlebars, and whether to have a suspension or not. Any type of bicycle design is defined by what the bicycle is used for. These are the requirements of the design. As always, the major overall bicycle requirements are speed, safety, comfort, and endurance. The bicycle weight is the key speed but the lightweight must be balanced by the other factors too. For us, to fulfill this requirement, we thought we must go for a specific design. So next, we reached the end users and started to ask their opinions, as they are the ultimate target. And their opinions are here.
Which are the two categories?
So one thing is a very good looking bike with huge tires, huge suspension, in which I can perform some stunts, not completely into the sport or something like that.
Bicycle ಅಂದ್ರೆ mainly ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಸೈಸ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ. ಸೊ ಈವನ್ ನಾವು ರನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿ, ಬೈಸಿಕಲ್ಲೇ ಓಡಿಸ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಲಿ, ಸೊ ಏನಾದರೂ ಒಂದು ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ.
Cycle, I think it should be unisex, should be lightweight, and the pricing should be below like 10,000, so everyone can afford it.
ಹೈಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಆ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಹೆಂಗಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಇರ್ಬೇಕದು.
ನಾನೇನಾದ್ರು ಸೈಕಲ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ಲೆಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾರು ಹೋಗ್ತಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ಪಂಚರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಏನಾದ್ರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಮಾಡೋ ತರ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಇರಬೇಕು.
And from market feedback, we understood that the design should be new and unique. It should be economical and affordable by all range of people, and also it should be lightweight. So our bicycle is a unique design with many features that set it apart from other bicycles. In contrast to large bicycle wheels, the smaller size of the wheels, the higher the speed of the cycle. The lower moment of inertia allows faster acceleration and more response steering, and also smaller wheels reduces the overall length of the bicycle, making it compact and easier to transport. As with other vehicles, bicycle frame stiffness is a key element of performance. Lateral rigidity is a vital, as any of the rider's energy spent flexing a frame is lost. A stiff frame ensures accurate wheel tracking for secure road holding and cornering stability. Our unique X-frame, highly engineered lattice of small diameter tubes, is far stiffer than a conventional diamond frame. This frame architecture fits riders of all sizes, and the low step-through allows the bike to be mounted with ease by both the genders. The low weight and high stiffness of the frame produces a ride that is lively and amazingly efficient. Now, I would like to hand over the section to Shashank, who will be sharing his experience on designing and fabrication of our bicycle. Over to you, Shashank.
Thank you, Selvavindan. Hi everyone, I'm glad that I get to share my experience of the first ever bicycle design competition held by SAE India Southern Section. SAE is this international organization called Society of Automotive Engineers. They set the standards for things like lubricants and various mechanical components. They are also committed to evolving mobility technology of every type of self-propelled vehicle. They also host a myriad of events such as the famous Baja, Supra, Eficycle, T-Fan, and so on. Our team participated in the first ever bicycle design competition held last year at Congo College of Engineering, Tamil Nadu. We would be up against almost 50 teams from various states. So we knew early on that our bicycle had to be really unique to stand out in the crowd. Since innovation had the highest weightage, we decided to design and fabricate a frame that resembled that of a high-performance bike. Once the design was ready, after modeling and analysis using SolidWorks and ANSYS, we had to bring the virtual structure to life. One of the rules that was laid out was that the cycle had to be as simple as possible with no suspension and cost very less. We knew that aluminum would be the best choice as it gave the best of lightness and strength-to-weight ratio figures that were expected. But due to procurement difficulties, we decided to go with stainless steel, which had its own advantages. It didn't require any paint, but it had to be TIG welded. And for that, we took the help of a fabricator. As the cycle slowly began to take shape, we realized we had to finish testing it in a small window of time before transporting it to the competition venue. So we rode the cycle for several kilometers, all the while constantly trying to push it beyond its limits. That's when it felt robust and reliable. It gave us confidence that we could win the competition. We did face a lot of obstacles in the process. The chain kept scraping one of the stainless steel members holding the rear tires. Pedals were a little bit behind the riding position. Custom part sizes just weren't available in the market. Each of those obstacles taught us a lot. For me in particular, the biggest takeaway would be sacrificing our time and CGPA for such side projects is definitely worthwhile. Traveling to different places and meeting so many like minded people who share the same passion is priceless. I'm truly lucky to have been part of such an awesome team and endeavor. Now, I will hand it over to my friend Gagan, who will explain about various tests and races that took place on the day of the competition. Over to you, Gagan.
A warm morning to one and all. My name is Gagan Kumar CA, doing my 8th SEM in Mechanical Engineering from Vidyavardhaka College of Engineering, MYSURU. It's my great pleasure to share my experience about the design and development of a bicycle. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam is known as People's President and Missile Man of India. He is well known for his inspirational quotes too. When he talks about success, he says, man needs difficulties in his life because they are necessary to enjoy success. We were very clear about our goal, but the path towards the goal was very difficult. We started the design by keeping in mind that we will use aluminum as it has a very good strength to weight ratio and also economically viable. But unfortunately, as Shashank explained, we faced a lot of difficulties, so we changed the idea of using aluminum and replaced it with stainless steel. Finally, we made sure everything falls to place and we got ready to final event. It was day one at Congo College of Engineering, which is situated in Erode, Tamil Nadu. The environment and everything was new to us, and we were all set to compete with other participants. First, we started with our presentation in front of a panel of juries where we explained them about our bicycle and the special features we have adopted. Our team captain really took the presentation to the next level, and the jury was happy with the level of presentation. And after that, the actual competition started. First event was to check the weight of the bicycle. Our bicycle weighed about 12.06 kg, which was comparatively lighter than the other participants. And from there, we were taken to assemble and disassemble test. In this test, we have to assemble and disassemble the entire bicycle parts using minimum tools within less time. I and Charan took only 5 minutes to disassemble, but it took 13 minutes for us to assemble it back. This test was performed to examine the maintenance and serviceability of the bicycle. After that, it was time to participate in U-turn test. So in this test, there will be a loop like infinity as you have already seen on the screen. So we have to start from one end and have to complete 3 rounds without stepping out of the cycle. That is, we are not supposed to touch the ground once we start from the start line. If you do so, then you are out of the event. And Shashank did it very easily within less time, and he was on the top of the list too. Then it was slow speed test. It is mainly done to see if the cycle is well balanced on either side of it and also to check the skills of the rider. Shashank participated in it and came second out of 8 competitors. Then the brake test. In this test, you will be given a track where you will start from one end. And at the finish line, you have to apply the brakes and have to stop the cycle in the least possible distance. They'll measure the distance from the line of application of brake and to the front wheel of the cycle when it stops. So you have to generate maximum speed within the track and the cycle has to stop with minimum distance. They will take best out of 2 out of 3 chances. So I was able to reach up to 16 km per hour and stopped at 0.5 meters. And the last round of the competition was bump test. The conditions of the bump test were that no components of the cycle has to fall apart out of 3 lapses. This shows the stability and integrity of the fabrication. Since it was the last event and there were chances that the rider may get injured severely, they took utmost care during this test. Selvavindan, our team captain, successfully completed 3 laps in 1 minute 33 seconds. During the last round, almost all volunteers addressed us saying that the presentation that we gave a day before was were very different and eye-catching. After the last event, we were awaiting for the results to be announced, and that's where the suspense rose that we won 4 consecutive prizes. We won first prize for best presentation, first prize in best maneuverability, second prize in best design report, and overall first place in design and fabrication of a bicycle out of 88 teams participated across the India. We were so happy and felt satisfied as all our hard work was paid off. And there was a call asking all our teammates to join on the stage for a group photo with all special guests waiting for us. And that's when I remember what my friend Sharon said to me. There will be a day where we all be the special persons to take selfies with all the chief guests. That's a moment I felt so alive. I want to thank all my teammates and friends, lecturers for inspiring me, and it's been a wonderful journey. And I feel so lucky to be a part of this team. Thank you so much. Over to Dhanush.
Thank you, Gagan. I'm currently leading the bicycle design team and we will be participating in the SAE 2020 competition. It gives me immense pleasure to speak about the victory of our previous team and about the ongoing activities of our club. It's a responsibility for every one of us to work really hard in what we believe in and let the success speak for itself. I'm saying this because some of you might consider building a bicycle is simple. It is to some extent. But when you have the responsibility to design each and every single component and to come up with a radically new design, it is not so easy. When you go deeper into understanding the bicycle, you will realize how even the slightest change can have a huge impact on driving ergonomics. For example, when you change the head tube angle of the cycle, the handling of the cycle can be modified. That is just by increasing or decreasing the angle by just a few degrees. Similarly, we have several other parameters like trail, fork offset, seat tube length, which can change how your cycle handles to different types of terrain. So when the previous team started, it was not easy for them. They had to put a lot of effort and they tried to create an entirely new bike by solving many problems in the existing models. They finally accomplished their goals with their dedication, perseverance, and hard work, which ultimately resulted in them winning the competition. All of this inspired me and my fellow students from our college to take up the initiative to form another bicycle team to make sure this legacy stays for a longer period of time. The first thing was to create a new team with the guidance from my mentors and my seniors, and we have started working on the next bicycle project. To be honest, it was difficult for me or for anyone to take up the responsibility because of the previous team's accomplishment in the competition. And the question was, will we be able to replicate what they did? As there is a saying, the way to achieve your own success is to be willing to help others understand and to spread your knowledge. Subsequently, our previous team captain and participants have been assisting us in this process. So, unlike any other SAE competition, the bicycle design competition required us to attend a workshop in PSG Institute of Technology at Coimbatore on February 1st and 2nd, where we understood about the basics and the critical parameters of the bike and a little bit about how to carry out simulation tests on components like fork or frame. And of course, we did have a lot of fun. Teams are more innovative and productive when everybody starts contributing. So it is critical to ensure that each one of us play a well-defined role. Like any mechanical design, we first need to define the problem. We need to understand what is the purpose and outcome from these competitions. We do this by gaining lots and lots of experience by designing components like fork and frame ourselves and testing them again and again in SolidWorks and ANSYS. And finally, learning the mistakes, which gives us reason to innovate. So far, we have also surveyed experts and business owners. We once spoke to the owner of Cyclopedia in Mysore, who deals with very high-end racing bikes made up of materials like 700C aluminium, carbon frames, etc. And we understood the importance of human factor in designing of the product and also about the riding position for racers. We gather inputs from different sources and try to combine our knowledge to come up with these unique designs. This time we have well over 100 teams which are competing. The preparations have been going on, but due to COVID, there have been few setbacks like material procurement and movement of teammates, and hopefully it will all be over very soon. In a nutshell, we are not just participating in the competition, we are combating the need to innovate and bring newer designs in bicycle that makes people buy more of them. It is very sad that Atlas Cycles, one of the pioneers, had to close down one of their last manufacturing plants because of financial constraints. So it is important we create new designs and integrate them with smart features like anti-lock brakes that prevent locking up of wheels at high speed, or coming up with new modular designs or using lightweight materials that will make sure the bicycles stay for a longer period of time in the society. Finally, I would be delighted to thank Vidyavardhaka College of Engineering for supporting us in this unique journey, and I would like to thank Department of Mechanical Engineering under the guidance of our HOD, Dr. G.V. Naveen Prakash sir. And also, I would like to thank our mentor, Professor Arun C. Dixit sir, and all my seniors and my friends for their constant support and encouragement. Lastly, I would also like to thank our viewers for sparing their precious time to attend the live event. We will now be addressing the queries posted in the comment section. Back to Salva.
Thank you so much. So we have a question. How a bicycle can be ergonomically designed? Can you explain it in simple? So basically, ergonomics helps to improve the output and the comfort of bicycle riding. Thus, the comfort of riding a bicycle is an important factor that should be paid much attention to while developing a bicycle. From the viewpoint of ergonomics, the concept of fitting objects to the human body is designed into the bicycle. Firstly, important feature points of riding posture are automatically detected by the image processing. In the measurement process, the best riding posture was identified experimentally by the position of feature points and joint angles of human body. Afterwards, according to the measurement data, three key parameters, namely the handlebar, the saddle, and the crank center, are identified and applied to the same design in comparison with these standards available. So we have second question. Shashank can take up this question. Shashank, you can take up the question. So how did you design the bicycle? So we started with the first we had an intention of very big design. So we went through the design process, and we thought of like going for something unique that is not existing in the current market. So that's how we thought of it design. And the factor that influenced us and the books we studied were like it's all about Google, and we use the social media, and we took the reference from our friends also and from our faculty members. And was it team work or complete help from others? So it was completely in a shared experience. Like, we had to take an outsource because we lacked the facility of different users. So we had to outsource it. So we did the welding outside. Was the design and method same even after the fabrication all changed? Actually, we are this was a prototype. So we are in development of an actual product. So it is going on, and after this prototype, we are thinking of developing the existing method model with much more design envelopment and development in the design. And next question we have.
Okay, I will take this question. Please explain about the unique features of the bicycle, how different it is compared to others, and its usage. So first and foremost, I would say that the cycle is completely a new look. We concentrated more on aesthetics part because when we did market survey, we understood many aren't happy with the existing design and were seeking for a new design. So we understood we should think of new design and not to go with the conventional design. Secondly, the customers were looking forward for low light and low cost. So we thought of going with extreme structure with stainless steel material, and the overall cost we incurred was just 19,500 rupees, including our other miscellaneous expenditures. So when this model goes for mass production and is going to sell 50,000 units per year, the company can sell the same cycle for maximum of rupees 6,500 per cycle, which then fulfills the customer's needs as well as company can make profit. Thirdly, we used a 20-inch wheel. This is because the lower the size of the wheel, its moment of inertia will be high. And in simple words, easy to pedal with less effort. These 3 points explains about the new and unique design that we implemented than the conventional design. Thank you.
We are taking up the last question. So, is there any scope of for future development?
I will be taking up this question. The question is there any scope for future development of the design? Okay. So you might know the concept of Kaizen, which comes from the Japanese, and it basically means continuous improvement of working practices. This is one of the approaches that was used in the design. What we actually made was just a prototype. And as you see, after designing the prototype, we gave the cycle to different end users and asked them to give their feedback. They had given many suggestions, which we have been working on, and very soon we will be coming up with other versions of this prototype with all the corrections and the customers that I have been looking forward for. Back to Selva.
So, thanks to all the viewers. Please do leave any questions and suggestions in the comment section. We are always happy to answer those and take up your valuable suggestions. If you want to contact us personally, please do follow us in our official Instagram page, VVCE_B_cycle, and the link is given in the description. Please do check out the upcoming conclusion. Thank you.